Hello everybody, welcome to your weekly reading, which is for the 4th of March into the 10th of March. So I'm going to be using a few tarot cards and also some of these Whispering Woods cards too, and if I feel like it, a little bit of other stuff, but I just wanted to begin by using some of this, which is Organic Goodness. This is Masala Incense Sticks in White Sage. I got it from one of my best friends. She lives in New Zealand. She's from New Zealand. And she sent this over, and it as soon as I opened the packet, it smelled absolutely amazing. And I am yet to use one, actually. So I'm just going to light one now. Okay. Just before we start the reading, I hope everyone's been okay. I hope your introduction to March has been good and well. For some of us, we've actually already been experiencing some issues with the impending Mercury Retrograde, and Mercury Retrograde does start on the 5th of March, so the week ahead, we're going to have some issues, I think. That starts off, even if you haven't experienced it yet, I think you will begin to experience it. And oh my gosh, that smells amazing. So I'm just going to put you down there a little bit underneath. It's going to be nice and scenty. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is just do a little bit of a shuffle here. Apologies if you can see loads of herbs and things. I've been doing spells as is the life of a witch and tarot reader. You sometimes get cards everywhere, you sometimes get spells everywhere. I'm just going to double check and see what's coming up for you guys for the week ahead. This is a general reading for everybody, so just bear in mind that some messages may resonate with you, some messages may not, but this is what I'm getting from the guides, the tarot cards and the universe for the week ahead of March the 4th to the 10th. And you can watch this throughout the week if you like. You can watch this again at the end. It doesn't matter. It just means that maybe there's some guidance coming through for you. Oh, you seem to want to come through. Okay, so we have the Hermit first of all. What else are we going to get? I'm just going to do 3. And hello, Raina. I'm just going to do 3 cards, and then I'm going to do a Whispering Woods card, which is actually another present from my New Zealand friend. So, right, this is stop. So, okay. Alrighty. Let's see if I can move this candle so you can just see these two a little bit. Alright. So, the first one is the Hermit. This is the 3 of Pentacles. This is the 4 of Swords. So as I said, we are going into Mercury Retrograde this week. It's unfortunate. We also have the new moon in Pisces this week, so depending on where that fits in your astrological chart, you may start to see some improvements, or it's good to set your intention on the new moon anyway, but depending on where it is in your chart, you may want to develop a little bit of insight there. But the Hermit to me is quite interesting because we have this introspection going on here, and this is all about searching and guidance, and in some cases a little bit of solitude. So it could be that occasionally this week you may just feel like taking yourself off into a quiet corner somewhere and just seeing how things feel to you. For instance, I know a lot of Mercury retrograde, it does give us time to reflect. Maybe this is something that you're wanting to do this week. Just reflect, feel how you are going through this changing phase, how you're progressing. It could even be that you want to literally take some time away and just sit somewhere nice, or on a mountain or hill, and if it's nice enough, or just a cabin, or even if it's your own room that's nice and clean, hopefully. Um, so you can just sit and enjoy the space and sit and enjoy the quietness. I mean, for some of us, this week is literally starting off with a bang, especially in the UK, because we're experiencing Storm Freya, who, is, coincidentally is my matron goddess, and she is coming in today and going to be doing some windy, wet stuff until Wednesday. So it could be that after all this time, and after all this sort of, you know, Mercury build up for going retrograde, you just want to take some time to yourself. You just want to kind of rest. For us in the UK, we will have no choice but to kind of sit out this storm. So maybe it's the same for you guys. Maybe some of you just want to sit out the storm or sit out the beginning of Mercury retrograde and just sort of go, okay, I know this is going to be a little bit of an issue coming through here, but how can I utilize this to my best ability? How can I get involved in understanding my inner self, understanding who I am, and kind of what I need to do? So that's the main energy. It's major arcana energy. It literally fell out to me. So it's basically something that introspection, searching. This is going to be a week of thinking back to start anew. We're approaching spring in the northern hemisphere, approaching autumn. So these are transitional times. So you're going to be starting this transitional time. There's going to be some kind of oh, what can I do here, what can I do there, how can I, maybe put two and two together and make five, something that seems to push you further to make some changes that maybe you were reluctant to make before. But either way, it could involve work, it could involve starting education, it could involve something that you've been wanting to do for a while. On the other hand, if you're dissatisfied with something, if you're just like, oh gosh, nothing seems to be going right, I'm so bored, there's nothing that I can do, I'm really at a loss as to how I can improve myself, or I'm just kind of dithering around. Maybe there's something that you can prove to others this week. Maybe there's something like a platform that you're going to reach in order to show others that, you know what you're doing. It could, like I say, be something to do with new education, new job, even learning something, a new skill, or even being accepted into a new place. Something that gives you that essence of, okay, so I've achieved something here. I'm able to grab hold of the reins, so to speak, and actually get things going. So this is something that I think you're proving to people. And three is a number of communication anyway, and creativity. So it could even be that you're showing your teamwork, showing your collaboration, learning from others, and them learning from you this week as well. It's going to be very important to maintain this sort of balance as well, because we're in Mercury retrograde. So if others are looking to you, or if you're looking to others, make sure that the signals are very clear. There can be no room for miscommunication or misinterpretation over the course of this week, and certainly through March. Need to be clear as crystal. But we also have the Four of Swords here. So the Four of Swords could be coming through to just suggest, some recuperation, some stability. Again, it matches with this quite well, because, the Hermit is all about having that introspection in order to heal, and maybe being a little bit of solitude. But I think this week, as soon as you expend some energy, you may need to recuperate that. So, for instance, if you spend 1 or 2 days with friends, or 1 or 2 days running errands and going everywhere, and, celebrating a Pisces birthday or something like that, if you're running around doing all this kind of stuff, there may be a point where you're like, oh, I'm so drained. I can't people anymore. I can't deal with people anymore. I just need to lock myself up and rest. So it could be that you're taking early nights, or making sure that you get a good half an hour lie in the morning, or just something that you feel like you're feeding yourself better. Not really comfort food. I wouldn't, I mean, I'm one to talk, I love my comfort food. I love my pizza. But I just think that there's something that you can incorporate here, that maybe just like, I'm taking care of myself. So it could be that if you are going through this, I want to get going, I want to start something, I want to, communicate with people, but I also feel like I need to isolate or hold back a little bit, because every time I try and do something or try and focus on something, I'm exhausting myself. So there's an imbalance coming up, and I think that what Mercury, especially going retrograde, is trying to tell you is that, or tell us even, is just hang back a little bit, hold back slightly. You don't have to rush into everything. We don't have to go forwards this week and go and start everything new. Just slow and steady, little progress here and there, just to try and maneuver ourselves into a prospective beginning. You know, it may be a bit nerve-wracking if you are changing something or if you want to do something different. Sure, it may be very nerve-wracking if you're making the change or the decision to change something for the better. But I do also believe that there's something coming through here that's enlightening you, and there's messages that you'll start seeing synchronicity, maybe double numbers, triple numbers. You'll start seeing different normally I get people saying that they've thought of an episode or they've thought of a song and then they keep hearing the same song. So it could be, you know, if you get a song in your head that you haven't heard in years, or a tune, maybe just have a look and see what that might mean, or the lyrics, because I do feel that something is coming for us all this week. It's something that says, look, you're on the right track, or there's a message, or there's some surprise that you didn't expect. So I do think that this is happening for you. Alright, I'm just going to see what these Whispering Woods Oracle cards have to say. It's just started raining outside, so the storm won't be too far behind. I hope the internet holds out. It's due to hit us at about 3 o'clock, so it's only 2 hours away. When you are watching this video, wherever you may be watching it, I hope we're okay. It's a big, big Nordic storm coming through across the ocean at very, very blustery speeds. But this week, I think it's just kind of saying recuperate. You know, maybe there's been a huge blast of energy and now you're just needing to sort of, restore that. I mean, Mercury can also G up anxieties. It can also give us cause for concern occasionally and make our imaginations overactive. So it can, make us go, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. So what do we need, or what is the guidance for, for this week? Oh, okay. This is actually really similar to the Hermit. Okay, so this says, find comfort in the night where the world switches off and the stars burn bright. It's kind of what the Hermit and everything has said. So my favourite time, actually, I've been standing outside sometimes when I'm trying to get the cat in and it's midnight or something. All you can hear is a soft rumble of traffic in the distance. You've got the stars twinkling overhead, the occasional plane, but everything's switched off. There's no electric, there's no TVs blaring, there's no phones going, it's just quiet. And there's a beauty in that. Yes, it can be scary, the night can be very scary for some people, but if you are just present in the moment and you just breathe in that night air, if you just have that feeling of, okay, I am very strong and I'm just having this kind of safe and quiet moment, that could be what the Hermit's asking you to do, and what this card's asking you to do. Find comfort in the night, those quiet moments when there's nothing blaring, there's nothing, overboard, nobody's ringing you up, nobody's pressuring you because, everyone's shut down. It's saying switch off, find your comfort zone, recuperate in this. I think this is very strong. I mean, if everybody's bothering you during the day, or if you have to do family things, or you're running back and forth, maybe you can afford to take an extra half an hour to do something for you in the evening. Maybe there's something that you can accomplish in the evening, like an evening class or something else that just is outside of your other responsibilities that may overwhelm you now and again. Or it may just be that you want to stay up an extra hour to paint or to write or to read, or something that just chills you out. If everything is demanding of you throughout the day and you can't find a quiet spot, maybe the night time is for you. Or it's literally just saying, take some time out, just find a place or a moment where you can be quiet, like the evening, and just let that kind of flow through, and let that sort of I mean, there's some great suggestions that I'm seeing on chat right now and switching off social media and all that sort of stuff. I agree. I think, for sometimes I just want to get rid of my phone and just go back to, an analog phone. But I do readings on WhatsApp and stuff and call people on WhatsApp, so I don't really want to get rid of that avenue. So it's a case of doing what you can manage, but you can manage the apps that you have on your phone. Take Facebook off. Don't find yourself endlessly scrolling this week. They may not even work. There may be a case of Twitter down, Facebook down, because we're going into Mercury retrograde. Be careful, plan your journeys, make sure that things are going okay, because travel is also disrupted as well. But I do think that this is a case of just be kind to yourself this week. You may be in the midst of starting something new. You may be in the midst of getting something really strong going here and something that you can really be a part of and be very positive. But ultimately, this is kind of saying to you there will be a change, and we have to not go dictated by the planets, but certainly advised by the planets. So if Mercury is going retrograde, we can't just burst forth and buy all the electrical stuff in the sale, because 9 times out of 10, the things that I've bought in Mercury retrograde have broken very, very quickly, like literally the month after. So make sure that you advise yourself with what the planets are doing, especially where it is in your charts, stuff like that. And then I think you'll start to see the recuperation is much easier if you know what you can and cannot do, or what is advised to do and not to do during that time. But thank you very much, guys, for joining me live if you have, and if for those of you who are watching after, I hope this reading was very helpful to you. Let me know in the comments below. Just kind is treating you, how this week's treating you. Let me know if there's anything else that you want to see from me on this channel. I am always taking suggestions, so if you have any spell ideas or reading ideas, just let me know and I'd be happy to accommodate or see what I can do. If you want a private reading from me as well, all the link is down below. As I said, I do WhatsApp phone readings and stuff, so if you want one of those, get in touch. But in the meantime, I wish you all the very best. Blessed be everybody. Take care this week, and I'll speak to you guys very soon. It's the new moon in Pisces on the 6th of March, so I will be doing a reading on that day. But blessed be everybody, and thank you so much for joining me.